Hey guys, it's Tiffany Moe, formerly with England Volker, now with Remax Elite out of Lee Summit. Super excited to be able to officially say that. I wanted to come on and do a video today just to kind of come out and introduce myself if you don't already know me, and even to my friends and family that are on here and that follow my videos or have seen my videos, kind of get to know how I run business and how I do things. And it's just a kind of a way for me to let you guys know how I can help you with real estate the best way possible. So, all right, let's get started. So my name is Tiffany Moe. I have been doing real estate for about 5 years now, and I'm with Remax Elite out of Lee Summit. I used to formerly be a teacher. I taught grade school for 7 years. I taught 1 year of second grade, 1 year of first grade, and 5 years of fourth grade. So I really love the older kiddos. I planned on being able to kind of tutor and go in and visit, and read with kids. Once I started doing real estate full time, it kind of opened up my schedule a little bit to be able to still be in contact with the kids that I love working with, without, all the things that come with being a teacher. So kind of disappointed because COVID has obviously kept that from happening, but hopefully someday the world gets back to normal and I plan on volunteering my time at schools. I'm a huge dog rescue advocate. I have a rescue myself. She's a German Shepherd. Her birthday's actually in a couple days, but I also have a husky mix and a cat that I rescued a couple years ago. Animals are huge passions of mine, so I love my dogs and my cat, but I'm more of a dog person and I've had them for a long time, so there's something that's really important to me. So I went to Missouri State University. I got my bachelor's degree in education there. I have my master's in educational technology through Park University. So, education is kind of in my blood and in my background. So doing real estate has been quite a transition to doing it full time, but I have loved it. I love so many things about it. So yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell. Obviously, there are thousands and thousands of realtors just in the Kansas City area, and we all have things that kind of set us apart from others. So I'll tell you kind of how I run my business and how I do things. So with me, I have a really bad habit of being available to my clients 24/7. Like, if I get a text from a client that works nights at 2:30 in the morning and I wake up, I'll reply. And I'm really bad about that. I need to set better boundaries, but I will say I kind of pride myself in being available 24/7 to my clients. I haven't had a client really take advantage of that. I know it does happen to some agents, but I guess I'm trusting in my clients, and I just know if I was a buyer or a seller and I had a realtor working for me, I would really appreciate them being available to me, because I know buying and selling a house is one of the biggest things you will do in your life. It's right up there with getting married. And so having someone who is truly available to me would be important to me. So I try to make myself available to my clients. I also work with a team. It's actually a family team. My mom is my team lead, and my dad is on our team, and also my cousin, Jessica Smotherman. So we kind of tag team things and bounce ideas off each other, and our support system is amazing. My mom's been doing real estate for 14 or 15 years, so she's super knowledgeable and always there if I have a question. I also, like I said, I work at Remax Elite, and the support system there is amazing. My brokers are the best. I mean, they're just awesome. So just having that support and, kind of a team of realtors behind me. So if I'm ever in a situation where I'm in the unknown, which does happen even 5 years into this career, I have, the experience of agents behind me to help me get through those things. So I'm very client-centered. I try to treat each client as if they're part of my family, and I'll go kind of more in depth about buyers and sellers and kind of how I do things more specifically with them here in a second. But yeah, so that's just kind of how I run business. I really just focus solely on my clients and trying to make them happy, and I want their home buying or selling experience to be the absolute best. I want them to leave the table just thinking, man, Tiffany did an amazing job. I wouldn't change one thing about it. So for my sellers, I obviously start out with a market analysis for them. I also break down a list of things that will be due at closing and kind of an estimated proceeds worksheet so that they kind of know what they'll walk away with, because a lot of sellers are using those proceeds to buy another house, and when you have a certain amount of a down payment on another house, it's kind of nice to know, how much money will you get from your sale, how much will you have to put towards your down payment, and what's going to be left over to help with those moving expenses and things like that. I also provide a little seller's handbook. So this goes through like everything from start to finish. So like I said, I'm always available. You can always reach out to me and ask me questions. But if it's like you're in a time crunch, you feel like you don't want to bother me, which I have a lot of clients that do that. They're like, oh, I didn't want to bother you. I'm like, I'm here for you. But if you're one of those people and you forget something along the way, you can always go back through this, and it will walk you through step by step everything that happens in the selling process. We do staging sometimes if that's needed. We pay for all the professional photography. If it's a property, with a little bit of land or even a lot of land, we obviously pay for drone footage to be done, which is awesome. We do virtual tours sometimes. Obviously, we do open houses if COVID regulations allow, and you as a seller are interested in those. Some sellers don't like open houses, and it's totally up to you. Other than that, we do, if the client has certain requests of how things are done, like I have some clients who request showings only on certain days or only on certain times, we can set it up that way. I also have had clients in the past, ask me to kind of pre-screen buyers that are coming through their house. And so I've done that too, where I reach out to the agent that's scheduling the showing, and I ask for a pre-approval. I've even gone down to ask, why are they looking at this house? What's drawing them to this house? Because sometimes clients, when they have homes that, have valuables in them, or they're maybe more expensive homes, they don't want just anybody going through their house. So we go through the whole screening process if that's requested, and try to help them out in that way, so we don't have looky-loos just going through like, oh, this is such a cool house. We have serious buyers that are there to look at purchasing your house to live in. So we try to service our sellers as best as possible and really contour our procedures to what they need. So love working with sellers right now, especially the inventory, like I've been saying, is so low. We're looking for sellers all the time. So if you're thinking about selling, I'd love to sit down and chat with you and do an estimated net proceeds with you and see kind of what you would walk away with if you sold your home right now. So yeah. So with buyers, obviously I have a lot more buyers than sellers right now, just because of the market that we're in. I love working with buyers too, especially first-time home buyers. They're so fun and ready to get in their new house. So when a buyer contacts me, the first thing I have them do is tell me kind of what they're looking for. Give me like an overview of your criteria of how many bedrooms you need, what area do you need to be in, how many bathrooms, do you need a fence, all these kinds of things. And then I set them up on a search that sends them properties that fit their criteria as soon as they hit the market. Because as you know, right now, it's so important to get in those homes as fast as you can, because the good ones come and go just like that. So we'll try to get them set up on a search so that they're getting the most up-to-date information. Sometimes they'll even get houses that aren't even listed quite yet on the market. So then after I get them set up on a search, so they're getting properties, I have them get set up with a lender. I have a preferred lender that I use. I've used her for the last 5 years. I've actually bought 3 houses with her. myself. So she's amazing. So, and I'll go kind of a bit more into that in another video, but if you would ever want her information, I can get that to you. So then I get a pre-approval done just because it's like in your toolkit, you need it. If you're going to look at houses, ones that are moving super fast, you need a pre-approval. Because when you go into a house, if you like it and you want to write an offer, we can't write an offer without a pre-approval. They just won't look at it. So it's super important to have one of those. Plus it gives you like a cap of what you need to stay under. Most people are approved for more than what they think they would be approved for, and so they end up not wanting to look up to that cap, and that's just part of that criteria that you're looking for. You just let me know and I'll make sure it sends you properties that fit within what you're looking for. So once properties come across your desk that fit what you're looking for and you want to go see them, I will usually set you up with a little portfolio here, and it gives you kind of the MLS sheet. I'll get the seller's disclosures in there. I like to go through and highlight important things that are known about the house in the seller's disclosures. I'll even do an RPR report in here usually, which is just kind of a report on the neighborhood, the market statistics, comparable properties, things like that. I get them all in here. If there's multiple properties, I'll tab them so you kind of have them all ready. And it's just nice to have when you're going looking through the house, you can write in it, and it just kind of keeps all your information together in one little spot. And I get so many compliments on those. People love those. It just shows them that I care about them. I want this experience to be amazing. And then I will give them a buyer's handbook. So kind of like the seller's handbook, it goes through every step of the buying process from start to finish. So if you ever have any questions or anything, and for some reason I'm not available, the answers will be in here for the most part of just the steps of the buying a house. So it goes all the way from the beginning to the closing table. So this is really helpful to have. So yeah, that's kind of how I work with my buyers and try to find them homes. You know, once we find that home that you're looking for, we have your pre-approval ready and you feel ready to pull the trigger, then we just start talking about your offer and how we're going to structure it so that it best works for you and is hopefully most appealing to the seller, so that we win in the case of multiple offers, which is happening a lot right now. So yeah, that's kind of how I work with my buyers and try to get their job done and try to serve them the best way as possible. So thanks for listening, guys. I hope I gave you some insight of how I do my business and how I try to help my sellers and my buyers. And if you have any more in-depth questions, or I could go on for days about, you know, scenarios and things that might come up and how I would help you get through those things. So if you have any questions about anything real estate related, I would love to help you. I can set you up with lenders, you know, anything really I can help you with. So if you want to sit down and talk about it, feel free to reach out to me. My number is below. So shoot me a text, give me a call. Like I said, I'm pretty much available anytime. So even when I go on vacations, I cannot put my phone down. So I have an addiction to being there for my clients. So anyway, guys, thanks for listening, and hopefully I will talk to you soon.